A single heartbeat echoes in the darkness. A torn wedding photo drifts into view, its edges burned. A blood-stained playing card flips through the air and lands face up. A woman's breath trembles as she whispers in fear, "It's starting again." The sound cuts out, silence, then one heavy knock on a door. The screen fades in from black, revealing a dark and empty hallway lit only by a flickering bulb. Dust floats in the air as the bulb hums, struggling to stay alive. A loud heartbeat grows, slow and heavy, as if coming from the walls themselves. A thin sheet of fog creeps across the wooden floor. Sliding under a doorway at the end of the hall, a wedding photo lies shattered on a table. The faces in the picture are scratched out, but one figure remains untouched: Grace. Her image seems almost alive under the dim light, her eyes frozen in a quiet warning. A cold gust of wind blows through, lifting the edges of the broken photo. A playing card suddenly drops from above, slamming onto the wooden floor. The Queen of Hearts, smeared with dark red stains. The card trembles as if reacting to something unseen. A soft whisper escapes from somewhere deep in the house, "Ready or not?" A quick flash reveals Grace standing alone in a room, her hands shaking as she opens a new invitation card. Her voice is steady but filled with dread. "I thought I escaped this." The camera moves closer to the card she holds. Written in old ink are the words, "You've been summoned." Thunder rumbles. The house groans like it's breathing. Grace steps backward, her eyes fixed on the shadows creeping along the walls. The lights cut out, plunging everything into darkness. A single match strikes to life, lighting her face. She whispers into the flame, "They found me again." The match burns out. Complete black. Then a door slams open. The game begins. The darkness fades into a slow, steady hum, machines turning, gears shifting, metal scraping. A hidden door opens beneath the old mansion, revealing a secret chamber that looks nothing like the world above. Cold metal walls. Red warning lights. Rows of dusty relics from the Domas family, each one locked behind glass like cursed trophies. A surveillance monitor flickers on. Grainy footage shows Grace escaping the mansion years ago. Another screen shows her now alive, stronger, but being watched. Someone has been tracking her every move. The camera pans to a shadowed figure studding the screen's Elijah Wood's character. Eyes tired, hands shaking as he flips through old documents. He mutters under his breath, "The curse didn't end. It only went deeper." He pulls out a massive book wrapped in torn leather. Strange symbols glow faintly on the cover. As he opens it, pages flip on their own, stopping at a new set of rules written in faded ink. The game resets when the summon returns, cut to the mansion above. Lights burst on one by one like the house is waking up after a long sleep. New traps slide out from hidden walls, sharper, faster, built with modern metal and sensors. The camera follows a mechanical crossbow reloading itself, gears clanking, ready to fire without mercy. Outside, storm clouds crawl across the sky. Grace steps onto the property, confusion mixed with anger. The mansion doors slam shut behind her, chains snapping into place. A cold voice echoes through hidden speakers. "Welcome back, Grace." The ground vibrates. A countdown appears on an old digital clock, 60 minutes. The numbers glow bright red as they begin to fall. 59 to 59. 59 to 58. Elijah appears through a side entrance, breathless. "There are new rules," he warns her. "And they made them to make sure you don't escape twice." Grace looks at him, fear rising. "Then we don't play their game." He shakes his head slowly. "This time, you don't have a choice." Lights snap off. A sharp metallic click echoes across the halls. The hunting begins again. The mansion explodes into motion the moment the lights return. Bright red alarms flash across every wall, painting the corridors in violent color. A heavy metal gate slams shut behind Grace, trapping her inside a maze she knows too well, but this time everything is sharper, colder, and far more dangerous. Grace runs through a narrow hallway, the floor creaking under her steps. Suddenly, a row of razor-thin wires shoot upward, slicing the air where her neck had been just a second before. She dives to the ground, sliding across polished wood as the wires snap back into place. A chilling mechanical voice whispers from the ceiling, "Elimination attempt failed." Grace scrambles up, breathing hard, and grabs a broken piece of metal from the floor. Her hands tremble, not from fear, but from rage. The camera cuts to a group of masked hunters stepping out from hidden doors. Their masks are new, sleek, shining, almost expressionless. One of them taps a finger against a digital tracker strapped to his wrist. Grace's location blinks bright red, deep underground. Elijah Wood's character runs through the old service tunnels, flashlight flickering. He flips open the leather book, searching for answers. His voice echoes through the narrow space. "Grace, they don't want you dead yet. They want the final ritual. You're the last piece." Upstairs, Grace ducks behind a pillar as a crossbow bolt whizzes past her ear. She grabs the bolt midair and snaps it in half. The hunter pauses, surprised. Grace steps out slowly, eyes sharp, breathing steady. "You hunted me before," she whispers, "but you never beat me." The scene erupts into a fast, brutal fight, Grace dodging attacks, using the mansion's traps against the hunters. A collapsing staircase drops one of them into a hidden pit. Another gets taken out by a swinging blade trap she triggers at the last second. Her movements grow faster, stronger. With every step, she begins to look less like prey and more like someone reclaiming her power. Elijah appears at the top of the stairs, calling down, "Grace? The ritual room? They're gathering there." She wipes blood from her face, eyes burning with fury. "Good," she says. "Let them wait." Behind her, the mansion shifts again, gears turning, doors locking. The hunters aren't chasing anymore. Now they're running from her. Smoke drifts through the ritual chamber like fading ghosts. The room is lit only by candles placed in a perfect circle, each flame trembling as if sensing what's coming. Strange symbols cover the floral ink mixed with fresh blood, forming a pattern that twists like a living thing. At the center of the circle lies an empty throne made of dark wood, worn and cracked. The air hums with a low, eerie vibration. Like the house itself is whispering. Grace steps into the chamber, her clothes torn, her face streaked with ash and sweat. Every muscle in her body aches, but her eyes burn with a fire that refuses to die. She looks around, steadying her breath as the echo of her footsteps bounces off the stone walls. The hunters who once chased her now lie defeated behind her, their masks shattered, their weapons scattered like failed promises. Elijah emerges from the shadows, clutching the leather book. His breathing is unsteady, fear sitting heavy in his voice. "Grace, if you sit on that throne, the game ends. But if they put you there by force, the curse completes itself." Grace looks at the throne, silent, waiting, hungry. She shakes her head. No more running. No more rules. A deep rumble shakes the room. The mansion doors above slam one by one, echoing like thunder. Candles blow out, leaving only a faint glow around the throne. A child's giggle echoes from the darkness, innocent yet haunting. The playing cards on the floor rise slowly into the air, swirling like a storm around her. Suddenly, a massive burst of wind roars through the chamber. The shadows stretch, forming tall silhouettes that watch from every corner. The voice of the house returns, colder than before. "Sit, Grace. The game must end." Grace grips the broken metal shard in her hand. She walks toward the throne, each step sending a ripple through the candle flames. Elijah reaches out, terrified. "Grace, wait, there might be another way." She stops inches from the throne and whispers, "I'm done being a piece on their board." Turning her back to it, Grace plunges the metal into the circle of symbols. The floor cracks open, the glowing pattern shattering like glass. The walls shake violently. The mansion screams, a deep, painful roar, as if the curse itself is being torn apart. The candles blow out. Silence crashes over the chamber, a single breath. Then Grace whispers into the darkness, "Ready or not?" "Here I come." The screen snaps to black. Title card. "Ready or not 2. Here I come." A playing card falls through the darkness. Landing with a soft echo, the trailer ends.